97% of people have experienced it at least once. That moment where reality feels like a repeat, where you're absolutely convinced you've lived this exact second before, even though you know you haven't. It's called déjà vu, French for already seen, and for over a century, it's been one of the brain's most mysterious phenomena. But in 2026, we finally understand what's really happening inside your head. Let's start with what déjà vu actually feels like. You're in a completely new situation, maybe walking into a restaurant for the first time, having a conversation you've never had before. Suddenly, an overwhelming sense of familiarity washes over you. This moment, this exact configuration of events, feels impossibly familiar, like watching a rerun of your own life. The feeling typically lasts between 10 and 30 seconds, then vanishes just as mysteriously as it arrived, leaving you wondering what just happened. For decades, people thought déjà vu was paranormal, past life memories, psychic premonitions, glitches in the matrix. But the truth is far more fascinating. Your brain is an incredibly efficient prediction machine. Every moment, it's processing millions of sensory inputs, comparing them to stored memories, and predicting what comes next. This happens in your temporal lobe, specifically the hippocampus and the surrounding regions responsible for memory formation and retrieval. Think of it as your brain's filing system. Déjà vu occurs when there's a brief malfunction in this system. Your brain accidentally files a new experience in the wrong place, making it feel like a memory instead of something happening right now. A groundbreaking 2026 study from Colorado State University used virtual reality to trigger déjà vu in controlled conditions. They finally proved what neuroscientists had suspected for years. The researchers found that déjà vu happens when you encounter a situation that's similar to a past experience, but not identical. Your brain recognizes the pattern, but can't identify the specific memory. It's like hearing a song and feeling certain you know it, but you can't name the tune. That conflict between familiarity and recognition creates the eerie sensation we call déjà vu. Here's what's actually happening neurologically. When you experience something new, sensory information travels through multiple pathways in your brain at slightly different speeds. Normally, these signals arrive at your consciousness simultaneously. But sometimes there's a tiny delay, a fraction of a second where the timing gets out of sync. When this happens, your brain might process the same information twice, creating the illusion that you've experienced this moment before. You're literally remembering something that happened 1 second ago. Another major trigger is what scientists call familiarity-based recognition. This is when your brain detects a familiar pattern or layout, even if you've never been in that exact situation before. For example, you walk into a friend's new apartment. You've never been there, but the layout is strangely similar to your childhood home. Different furniture, different context, same spatial arrangement. Your brain picks up on this similarity at a subconscious level. It triggers a familiarity response without giving you access to the actual source memory. That's déjà vu. Interestingly, certain people experience déjà vu more frequently than others. Young adults between 15 and 25 report the highest rates, experiencing it multiple times per year. Why? Because younger brains are more neuroplastic, forming new memories constantly. More new experiences means more opportunities for the pattern recognition system to glitch. Stress and fatigue also increase déjà vu frequency. When you're exhausted, your brain's timing mechanisms become less precise, making those neural misfires more likely. People who travel frequently or expose themselves to lots of new environments also report more déjà vu. Your brain is working overtime to process unfamiliar patterns and spatial layouts. Now, there's also a related phenomenon called déjà vu, which means already lived. This is more intense than regular déjà vu and involves a feeling that you know what's going to happen next. While regular déjà vu is just a sense of familiarity, déjà vu includes false precognition. You feel certain you can predict the immediate future, though you almost never can. This happens because your brain is confusing prediction with memory. Instead of predicting based on patterns, it's generating a false memory that this prediction already happened. There's another twist. Some people experience jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu. This is when something familiar suddenly feels completely foreign and new. You might look at a common word you've written 1,000 times, and suddenly it looks wrong. Or you walk into your own home, and it feels like you've never been there before. Jamais vu is actually your brain's satiation response. When you're exposed to the same stimulus repeatedly in a short time, the familiarity signal temporarily shuts down. So, is déjà vu dangerous? Should you be worried if you experience it? In most cases, absolutely not. Occasional déjà vu is completely normal and harmless. However, if you're experiencing déjà vu multiple times per day, or if episodes last longer than a few minutes, that could indicate temporal lobe epilepsy or other neurological conditions. Temporal lobe césure qu'en cause intense prolonge de déjà vu sensation. These feel different from normal déjà vu, often accompanied by other symptoms like strange smells or emotional changes. If this sounds like your experience, definitely consult a neurologist. But again, experiencing déjà vu a few times a year is totally normal brain behavior. Recent research from 2026 has also explored whether we can predict when déjà vu will happen. Using advanced brain imaging, scientists can now see the neural patterns that precede an episode. They found increased activity in the frontal cortex right before déjà vu occurs. This is your brain's conflict detection system recognizing that something feels familiar but shouldn't. This discovery suggests that déjà vu isn't just a memory error. It's actually your brain successfully detecting that an error has occurred. It's a feature, not a bug. Think about it. Your brain is telling you, this feels familiar, but I can't find the source memory, so something's probably off. That's sophisticated error checking. In fact, people with healthier memory systems experience déjà vu more often. It suggests your brain is actively monitoring the quality and accuracy of your memories. There's also a psychological component. People who are more introspective and self-aware tend to notice and report déjà vu more frequently than others. This doesn't mean they experience it more. They're just more attuned to their internal mental states, making them more likely to catch these brief cognitive hiccups. So can you trigger déjà vu intentionally? Researchers have tried. The VR studies in 2026 came closest, creating environments with subtle similarities to previous experiences. But here's the catch. The moment you're consciously trying to experience déjà vu, you can't. It requires that element of surprise, that unconscious pattern recognition happening beneath awareness. The more you think about it, the more your conscious mind interferes with the automatic processes that create the phenomenon in the first place. What about the connection to dreams? Many people report that their déjà vu experiences feel connected to forgotten dreams. Is there any truth to this? Possibly. During REM sleep, your brain processes memories and creates elaborate scenarios by mixing and matching stored information. These dream scenarios mostly get forgotten, but fragments might remain in your subconscious. When you encounter a real situation similar to a dream scenario, you get that familiar feeling without conscious access to the source. Instant déjà vu. Before we wrap up, if you're finding this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe to The Human Mind Daily. We explore the mysteries of psychology and neuroscience every single week. So here's the bottom line. Déjà vu isn't mystical or supernatural. It's your incredibly sophisticated brain doing quality control on your memory system. It happens when pattern recognition, memory filing, and consciousness get slightly out of sync. A brief glitch that reminds us just how complex and amazing the human mind really is. Next time you experience déjà vu, instead of being freaked out, appreciate it. Your brain just showed you it's actively monitoring reality, checking facts, and making sure your memories stay accurate. That strange, eerie feeling? It's proof that you have one of the most sophisticated reality testing systems in the known universe sitting right between your ears. Pretty incredible when you think about it.